In the music world, power is currency and ego is motive. When a larger-than-life rap boss dropped the album claiming untouchable status, the culture took notice. First Klass, Regg and Taurian B are reopening the case to determine the truth. Certified classic or a legacy that didn't hold up under cross-examination?
Order in the court.
Welcome to another episode of Rap in Order. I'm First Klass Regg.
Happy New Year! It's good to be back. Even though it's February, we ain't seen y'all in a minute.
It's been a minute, man, and shit, schedules and niggas just be busy. We can't sit down like how we used to, as easy as it used to be.
Yeah,
before.
New York is a friggin' like Antarctica, like North Pole kind of like.
This shit is crazy.
Arctic
right now.
state.
It's like it's really, really frustrating because like we was talking about it off camera about like how cold it is. Not only cold, but like the snow. We haven't been cold like this in forever, man. This shit is kind of whack.
Yeah. And I know it's cold because it's snowing in places that I never knew that it could snow.
I know the South is getting snow. Georgia got snow right now?
Yeah, Georgia got snow, but it's not that bad. Certain parts of Texas got snow, and it's crazy because they don't know how to deal with snow, so they don't salt the streets.
Mm-hmm.
So people have been leaving their cars on the highway.
Yeah, bro. Yo, I forget who it was. I had a friend that just left their car, like, because the ice, they couldn't get to it. And it's just been like that.
It's crazy.
Past few days, but past few weeks. But yeah, we hopefully on the other side of it. It is officially Black History Month.
Yes, blackity black, but black, y'all. Yes.
Man, put your
yes.
up. We're gonna see how it goes this month. Hopefully no black people do anything to embarrass us this month. We'll see how.
Oh yeah, I forgot. We got a fresh month. But we are fresh off being embarrassed by somebody in the black community. We ain't gonna stay too long.
Which one? Who was that?
Nicki Minaj.
Oh yeah. MAGA Minaj.
Let me ask you a question. Was Nicki Minaj's I love Trump rants and dancing, shucking and jiving worse than Kanye's?
So honestly, I haven't seen the way that Nicki has been tapped in with Trump. I've seen photos, I've seen bits and pieces of what she said, but from what I've seen, I don't think so. I think
Kanye said, "I wish he was my daddy."
Yeah, Kanye went crazy. He said, "I wish he was my dad." He dyed his hair blonde, and went and met up with him that day to take a photo, to have a photo op. And then he was in the middle of giving a speech and was like, "You guys don't understand how much I love this guy right here. I just love this guy."
Yeah, he just wouldn't stop.
Yeah, he went in.
Right.
So,
okay. All right. So look, we segue into Kanye. Kanye has given, he took out an ad and gave
Wall Street Journal.
Right. And gave a public apology, mainly to the black community and to the Jewish community and the people that he hurt. I'll just give you the floor because I know how you feel about it when he apologizes.
Listen, man. What's that Sunshine Anderson song? Heard it all before?
Okay. That
applies to this. I think I want to believe that Kanye is sorry, just like I want to believe it every time. But, I just think it's what do you call it? The textbook definition of being a sociopath or a psychopath is like when you do the same thing over and over, expecting different results, or you say,
"Oh, that's a psychopath."
That's what it is. So yeah, I feel like he's roping me into being a psychopath because I'm believing him over and over every time he does it, and I just don't like that. It's like, yo, work through your problems and everything on your own, but like roping me into believing that you're sorry every time just to turn around and sell something and then ramp up again and do, like, it's just, there's no change in the behavior long enough.
I think the apology was necessary if he wanted to continue releasing music. So I think that was necessary. I do think that with him telling the explanation about like his brain, his frontal lobe being fucked up, the car crash that he was in, if anything happens to your jaw, something does happen to your brain. So
his shit rattles.
Yeah. So I do believe that like something happened upstairs. And I do think that, there's certain kinds of help that he needs to get. And I don't think that he's going to get the full extent of help that we think that he should get. But what I do think is that like, I think he like finally came up for air and like he's realizing like, oh shit, like I think over the years, like people put up with his antics and then would go back to normal. And I think there's some people that genuinely don't fuck with him that it's affected him. So I think like he kind of like wants to like see that. And I'm pretty sure his kids probably had some problems at school, and that probably pissed him off too.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm always gonna like, I'm sorry, I'm always gonna like open the door, keep the door open for Kanye. So hopefully, like this time around, like we just get music. He just had like an insane show in Mexico City, 2 shows. Like, you know, he was doing shows over in Japan. So, you know, I think that, you know, I don't think he'll have the same fanfare that he did before, but I don't think that's necessary. Like, he's almost 20 years in.
Mm-hmm.
He's not a new artist. So I don't think that he should be trying to compete with, you know, the newer artists. But the fact that he still can do that in other countries, well, New Mexico's not another country, that's America. But what he did in Japan and then come here and do that in New Mexico in these insane stadiums and pretty much like he just announced it. It's not that much promo. It's not like it's, you know what I'm saying, like, or like when you go on Ticketmaster, they promote concerts and shit like that. I ain't see that show on Ticketmaster, so
I think
fans still want to see that motherfucker.
Well, yeah, for sure, because Kanye's always gonna be a draw because you don't know what you're gonna get.
Right.
Whether it's a rant, whether it's good music, you kind of win on both ends because at the end of the day, you get to say that you was there for either or.
Right.
It's like, yo, I was there when Kanye ranted about this. I remember when I went to go see Kanye for Watch the Throne, and he went on a rant about the lights not being like on enough for all of the lights. Like he stopped the song and was like, yo, the lights are supposed to be hitting from every fucking angle. Like he went in and, oh, this is great. Like I was sitting there like, this is great. Cause I was part of it. It felt like a moment. And I think his rants in a sense feel like that for a lot of people if they're there.
Right.
You know? So yeah, Kanye is a legacy act. He can coast off nostalgia all he wants. I'm just curious to see how the new music impacts.
I think I think one of his next moves is going to be a Vegas residency.
That would be cool. I saw a tweet the other day and I wanted to see if you agree with this. Somebody said, yo, if we just get 3 years of good behavior from Kanye, he can be in the running to perform at the Super Bowl again.
Yeah.
You think so? You think 3 years is like the cap, or do you think?
Yo, bro, people forget shit so fast, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Lil Wayne took a picture with Tron and talks about that no more. People just excuse it. Even though like Wayne gets a pass because he kind of acts like space cadet, like a space cadet. Like there's shit that like people do, bro. Like as long as you kind of like just like lay low for a little while, like people will like let you back in their good graces, and I think that's on both ends. For white people and for black people, like yeah, like he'd be all right. Look at Charlie Sheen.
Yeah, that's true. That Tiger Blood era was crazy.
Yeah,
and people barely remember
that. And now you know he wrote a book, you know, and then like you know he's doing interviews and shit like that. Like
Netflix documentary is out.
Yeah, Netflix documentary. So I truly think so. I think that we want to love Kanye. He just makes it really hard with the shit that he does.
Mm-hmm.
So you know that's one thing. Let's see. Moving along. This is going to be really quick. So did you see the thing where like Ludacris was supposed to be performing at the Kid Rock Country Music Festival?
Mm-hmm.
The funny thing is like he left that festival and now he's doing the Stagecoach Festival, which is another country music festival, but this one is ran by the same people that throw Coachella. It's called the Stagecoach Festival.
Mm-hmm.
So that one is the safer festival for that audience because I think that Ludacris was fine with it until like people like realized like if Kid Rock is throwing this, fuck it. Like this is a MAGA thing. And then Ludacris had to like backpedal. And he was like, I still got to adjust this fan base. So he went to Stagecoach.
Yeah.
I think that's really funny. And like, I found that very interesting.
Smart. I think, some people was like, yo, that's corny. You made your decision. And, why back out of it just because you got some backlash? But I think it's him listening to his fans.
I appreciate it.
You know, him listening to his fan base and actually kind of admitting a misstep. Like, yo, even though, you know what, like, it's not like Ludacris puts out new music and shit that niggas is waiting.
Yeah, nah, like that's what I'm saying. He has, for some reason, like there's a, and because I'm a country music fan, there's a sector of country music fans who do like hip hop. But it's like, because country music is going more towards pop, they kind of enjoy like that repetitive sound. I know it sounds crazy because it's like, how do you even connect that shit? But like somebody like Nelly, like he does great with the country music audience. And I can't fully explain it. But like this is why like certain artists like Post Malone and Jelly Roll, when they go to country music, it's like nothing because like it's like country music is becoming like repetitive hooks and certain kind of like drinking and bar fighting. Like it's some connection with country music and like the very like beginning scale of hip hop that's connecting, and certain rap artists are cashing in on it.
Mm-hmm. I think
that's all it is. Like, I don't be surprised if this guy starts. What's that white guy that the last white guy that was popular?
What's that nigga? He be flipping at award shows and shit. I forget his name.
Damn, I can't think of his name.
His name.
He had the song with Drake, and they was at the Kentucky Derby.
Oh, you talking about Jack Harlow?
Yeah, Jack Harlow. Jack Harlow's going to make country. He's going to join the country scene.
You think so?
Yes.
I mean, maybe. I think he did a presentation, or no, he performed an Elvis song. He did a cover of an Elvis song, and people was like, we see the move, we see the play.
See, I didn't even fucking know that.
He did a performance of an Elvis song.
I didn't even fucking know that.
And
but that's
like,
what I'm telling you.
Already.
It's coming. It's going to happen soon. All right. So 2 rappers, from the 2000s that were popular came home. So first off, Max B came home.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to Max. He come home. He got brought out on stages.
The wave is free.
The wave is free. He was featured on Wiz Khalifa's new album that just came out.
Mm-hmm.
And it wasn't what people expected because they wanted like the melodies and stuff like that. But like
that
Max actually rapped.
Perfect for some melodic, yeah.
And he put out Coke Wave 3.5. With French Montana. That's his right hand.
Mm-hmm.
They've been on a press run. So they've been doing really good, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that's been too cool. Fetty Wap is home.
Mm-hmm.
And he's doing like amazing because 2016 is trending.
Mm-hmm.
And in 2016 was pretty much like his like big year.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it's pretty cool that like right now, like he is like it's like the timing for him couldn't be more perfect.
I agree. And I like that he's taking his time. We haven't heard anything musically from him, right? He hasn't dropped any music.
No.
I love that. I think him taking his time is a great approach. I think so often these artists come out, and because they're being talked about in the moment when they come out, they feel like they gotta go straight to the studio.
Right.
Like when I remember when Remy got out of jail and she went to the studio that same day. And it's like, yo, like you've been locked up for like almost 8 years. Like just
go home, see your kid.
Yeah, go sleep in your bed.
Go sleep in your bed. Go see your man.
Mm-hmm.
All that shit. I mean, well, Pat Poose was right there, but yeah, that was. Don't even get me started on that shit. But yeah, Fetty's home, and like he definitely did what people expected him to do in jail, and that was getting crazy shape.
Mm-hmm.
he came home actually looking like he ain't come home all fat and shit.
Yeah, that's same shit. Same thing with Max. Max is mad brolic now, but it's just that he's short.
Yeah,
like he gotta like
he look like he's like like somebody pushed him down.
yeah, that's all it is. You just gotta lose the water weight. But I'm happy for both of those guys, man, that they out here.
Okay. Let me see. What else is going on out here? So do you want to talk about Klass or do you want to talk about T.I.?
I mean, we can get into both. We don't got to stay long on it.
Okay.
So
Klass
quit
streaming.
He quit streaming. I don't know, man. It just feels like something's ever since he had that breakup. I think he's been in a weird spot, and maybe that was like the last straw for him, because I think the streaming thing was already as demanding as it is. The nigga was on streaming every day, every single day he was streaming. And then all the connections he made, and he's so young, he chronically online at that age. And then now he kind of pulled back and he's focusing on his mental health, but then he also wants to focus on the fashion world now.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, and then I'm
not a fan of it.
Yeah. And then his clothes and his fashion is getting bad reviews right now.
I think it's obvious that like he saw like what Kanye and Virgil did when they went over to Italy and interned and like learned how to do a lot of things. But I don't know if Kai has as much of an artistic background or creative background as Virgil and Kanye did.
Mm-hmm.
Like Virgil went to school for architecture, Kanye went to school for art. So like them going into the fashion world isn't as far-fetched as somebody might think. I don't know what, like, it seems like Kai's education isn't very vast.
Yeah.
So I don't know, like, and I'm saying this, like, I wouldn't go out and try to start a clothing line unless I was just slapping a name on some hoodies and shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
Like, so what he's trying to do, I like it, but I just think that like maybe he should take more time. And I think because he's in the public eye so much, and he garners so much attention,
mm-hmm.
they're like, oh, just put it out now, like you'll do well. And like, you want to know what's happening? I believe that there's somebody scamming kids online saying, "Hey, do you want to buy Kai's clothing line first?"
Really?
And they're taking their money, and now Kai has to go out and do damage control because it's not him. Because but that's the strength of his popularity.
So that's a rough start.
So I think I think it's great that he's trying to learn, but I just think that he should he got money. He don't got to worry about money and shit like that. He got sponsorships. Just chill for a little bit.
Just chill a little bit. But that's the thing. That's the catch-22 because it's like, well, you got money and you got sponsorships and you got all of that. So you're almost obligated to still be in the public. Like he can't just disappear.
Right. We'll see, man. I like I said, we'll see. So T.I. cut his dreads. Well, no, let's go in order. He had a comedy show that bombed. He had a comedy special that bombed. He came out in a red suit, leather suit like Eddie Murphy, tried to pay homage. He did it. I think T.I. is funny, but I just think nobody takes T.I. seriously as a comedian. That's just the truth. He cut off his dreads because there was that viral meme of him being bald, but it wasn't true. That wasn't really real. And he put out a record. What's the name of the record?
Let Him Know.
Let Him Know. And I'll be like, that song is hard as shit. I don't know if that's the old person in me, but that song is fucking tough.
Yeah, man. That shit sound like 06.
Bro.
It sound like 06. His flow on there is crazy. The Pharrell beats sound nostalgic. It sounds great.
I would hate to be the son of a rapper. And one day, I'm going to ask J1 about this whenever I get a chance to. But being the son of, like, when you're an aspiring rapper and then your father puts out some shit that is fucking incredible, like, how does that feel? Because you out here trying to catch one.
Yeah, and then partially you like, I guess that's in every arena, right? That's everywhere. Like LeBron go and put up 50. While Bronny
now that's the most unique shit ever because most niggas don't got to deal with they pops when they come into the league.
Yeah.
So that's the most unique shit ever. Like,
but not even that he's in the league at the same time. I think even if he was retired, but he's still LeBron James Jr.
He's still LeBron James Jr. But I think if LeBron was retired and he was in the NBA, even though they'll be like, well, your dad did this. At least his dad's still like play with. I'm saying LeBron James is 41 years old. And could still go out and give a triple-double. Bronny's barely cracking 5 points a game.
Yeah.
Like, even though he plays, like, way less time, I'm pretty sure if Bronny got to play 32 minutes a night, I don't think that his stats would be that much different.
That's true.
From what they are now. So that's what I'm saying. But as for, like, rappers like T.I. and Jadakiss who have sons that are active in hip-hop, right? Like, they're in the studios. They're trying to get one. They're trying to find their sound. They're trying to find their voice. And then T.I. is like, man, I gotta remind these niggas, fuck this comedy shit.
Yeah.
T.I. has 3 sons that are actively recording music. Buddy Red makes like blues folk music.
Sounds good too.
Yeah, is it Messiah? Yeah, Messiah is it? Yeah, because Damani's younger. Okay, so you got Messiah who raps and he kind of reminds me of like a Corday J. Cole kind of type, right? And then you have King, who's fucking hilarious to me, but King is basically trying to emulate who his father is, and it's just not working. And then your pops comes out and does that shit.
Just like easy.
Yeah.
Let me just dust this off and just do this.
That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like that's tough.
It looks great. The flow is still there. Like T.I. is one of my favorite rappers ever.
Me too.
He said that. So like seeing him back in his way, I'm curious about the new album because I feel like he's pretty serious about it being his last one.
I think that's pretty funny because his first album was I'm Serious.
Oh yeah,
so that's pretty funny.
Yeah, but, I think he's serious about this. So we're gonna see, man. We're gonna see what happens, and he has all the connections to still have incredible production on this album,
bro.
And features.
Yeah, I'm curious. I know that Quavo is working on new music with Pharrell, and so is Future. Because that song, I'm segueing into that because that song was produced by Pharrell for T.I.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So Pharrell is cooking up stuff. He has everybody coming to that studio in France at Louis Vuitton, and apparently it's like state of the art.
Leaving with gold,
right? So we have that, right? And now what I want to move on and talk about, and this is going to be like some, I got a segue in here to argue with someone with Regg. But first off, Hit Boy and fucking Mike Will made it. Had a versus. And Mike Will made it belt to ass.
Yeah.
BTA.
Yeah.
All fucking day.
Yeah.
Mike Will let these motherfuckers know who the fuck
Mike
he is.
Mike Will's a fucking legend, man.
Mind you,
he's done so much.
I thought Hit Boy had a shot.
I thought so too. I think so. We had game night when it was happening.
Friday.
Yeah, when it was happening was game night. So I caught clips afterwards. Like I caught clips here and there, and I was like, okay, I see what's going on. I see what he did wrong just from looking at it. It looked like Hit Boy played what he wanted to play and not what the crowd would want.
Right.
Because he was playing songs that he rapped on.
Yeah.
And I don't like Hit Boy as a rapper.
At all.
I don't care for Hit Boy as a rapper, but he's passionate about it. So for him,
stubborn like his dad.
Yeah. So for him, he got a crowd in front of him. And if I got a crowd in front of me and I know I'm passionate about my raps, I'm going to play my raps. Unfortunately. And that's just what he did.
That is crazy.
He only brought out Big Sean.
Of course he brought out Big Sean.
Mike Will had so much to fuck with. Cause like he brought out Ray Shremmer for No Type.
Okay.
And for Black Beatles.
Right. And they did
the mannequin challenge.
Right.
You know, which played off great because everybody's in this 2016 wormhole right now.
Okay.
So they did the mannequin challenge. And then on top of that, what else did he do? He brought out Juicy J for Bands Make a Dance. And Juicy J, of course, came out with a Louis Vuitton backpack full of money.
Come on, man.
Made it rain on everybody. It was perfect. Showmanship, man.
Come on, man. You know, and this just makes me think, you know, what the fuck is he gonna do to Metro Boomin if he sees Metro Boomin, man?
Yo, see, that's who I think it should have been. I think it should have been
Metro Boomin. I think he was too busy. I think scheduling wise, he was busy.
It should have been Mike Will and Metro Boomin. That would have been insane. Because both of them got a lot, like their relationships that they have. They could have had so many people show up. They both got the trajectory of like 10, 15 years in the game of like just solid hit records.
Okay.
So,
all right. So next, for us to talk about J. Cole's mixtape. Like we grazed on it, but like we need to like really like focus on this, right? J. Cole puts out a 4-pack, raps over some of the most iconic New York beats. Actually, a lot of them were Bad Boy beats.
Yeah, all of them were.
Bad Boy beats, right?
Yeah.
But it was synonymous because they were on Clue. These freestyles were infamous for being on Clue mixtapes. And I just think it's quite interesting that J. Cole chose that route to go and get Clue to host it, which was brilliant because of his relationship with Queens.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, yo, like, you know, everybody's like, oh, who is he going at this person? Is he going at that person? And I'm just impressed, like, yo, like, this nigga love New York. Like, that's all I took from it. I'm like, oh, this, like, you love New York.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, she went to St. John's.
Like, you know, and I'm just like happy and I'm just proud. And I think that like what it is very dope to see like what he's doing, especially after, you know, what happened like the past year with him like backing out and everything like that. But I still think like you don't want to fuck with Cole. Like, I think like, you know, everybody can say what they want to say about J. Cole, but like, just because he backed out of a battle don't mean that he's chump.
Yeah, but that's going to be the misconception. So like, unfortunately, since he backed out of that, a lot of people are looking at him sideways. And I get it.
I don't.
You know, I get it, honestly, because
I don't. Because it wasn't real. It wasn't like a real, like, it wasn't a real call out. Like the smoke, clear cut from day one was between Drake and Kendrick Lamar. I think J. Cole's misstep was making the diss record. I think if he stayed quiet the whole time, none of this would be a thing.
Yeah.
And then, you know, because he has people in his camp, you know, that sometimes speak, I think a lot of people in his camp didn't agree with the things that he was doing. I think there was too many like people speaking for him. And I think, you know, with that speech that he gave at Dreamville, I think it kind of like muddled the message that he was trying to give. I think what he did was wrong. I think he should have just been like, yo, like, what these dudes is doing is not
it's not the wave I'm on.
Yeah, like these dudes really don't like each other. I thought like we was just doing the sparring and shit like that. If this is what they doing, I'm not on that.
Mm-hmm.
For me personally, because I'm one of those people. I don't like, okay, growing up, if I was friends with you and I was taught this, if after we have fights we shake hands.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people don't like doing that, right? But like in my building, like we all, like our parents it was generations of friendship and family. So
yeah, because I guess you saw the reality of it, where it's like we still live in the same building, we're gonna see each other,
right,
we still cool, we still
right.
cool.
So I just had that always in my mind. So it's just like if somebody like I'm like really close with, and it comes to that, I'd rather resolve it than because I'm just like, what is that serious to do? So I rather not fight somebody who like I consider like family, like chosen family, than fucking doing this, and now like it's like war, and it's like war over because what you broke my toy. Like shit like that is what I'm saying. So I that's just me though. Like I get it. Like some people be like, well, T, that's how you see things, but like everybody don't see it that way.
Yeah, I get that too. But I think for me, I can understand people seeing him a certain way because a lot of J. Cole's raps, especially in the later years, are braggadocious. He talks about being the nicest. He talks about being the best,
right?
Of like the creme de la creme of like all the MCs, the one that's been around for over 10 plus years and keeps getting better. Like that's his bag.
Yeah.
So it's like, in the sport of rap, when a nigga talks like that and he's tested, it's like, I bet now it's time.
You 100% right. I'll be honest with you. I think he was saying, I think he meant everybody but my two mans.
Yeah. It's like, yo, it's us against y'all.
Yeah. Because you see, no problem letting Simba know,
he had a little jab for Simba.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's certain people, he's like, yo, I like men that consider disabled with me, I can't beef with them because I came up with them. But y'all niggas under me, y'all better watch your tone.
Yeah.
And I know some people don't respect. They're like, you got to take on all comers and everything like that. But it's whatever. Hopefully, like people are saying that Kendrick's on the fall off.
People are saying that. And how do you think that looks if he is?
It looks fine to me. Like, I'm being honest with you, and I know some people might be surprised because like I'm like such like a hip hop purist and everything like that. But I'm just like, yo, like maybe him and like this might have been a verse that he already had, and he liked this, and he's like, it only works. I've been working on the thing, but he's been working on Fall Out for 10 years. So him and Kendrick don't hate each other. And if they still cordial, and he's like, yo, I really need this song. And then Kendrick clears it. I'm pretty sure Drake ain't gonna clear shit for him because Maul on the Royal Maul podcast revealed that J. Cole hasn't spoken to him
in a few years.
What was it? Is it 2 years now since that?
Like, yeah, 2,
right.
3 years.
Which I ain't gonna lie, that's weird. But J. Cole also is locked in. He's like, I gotta get to my shit. Like, we made money together, we did this, like, now let me get back to like what I'm doing or whatever like that.
I'm tired of Drake talking to us through podcasters.
Yeah, really academics and more. Yeah, they have them doing that. He has them doing that, and
yo, and tell them this.
Yeah, that's what it feels like. Yeah. And like they be like proud to speak up. I wonder do they know how they look? Well, I don't think Maul cares. But like it looks crazy.
That clip of Maul yelling at Damaris was insane.
Yeah, that was right. And Damaris was like, "Yo, yeah." She had to stop him. Like that's
He's like, I'm not yelling at you. I'm yelling at the moment. And like, this is funny.
Okay, and last thing on the doc, I think is funny. So what's up with Hov and Pusha T?
So listeners, viewers, if you're wondering what he's talking about, we got a new Epstein pack drop.
Yep.
And in there, and because it's such an overwhelming drop. Like when people comb through those things, there's a lot to uncover. And one of the things that came up was that Jay-Z was hanging out with not Epstein but Weinstein. Right?
Yeah. So him and Harvey Weinstein raped the girl.
Yeah, back in 96.
In 96, which is, I didn't read all of it. So at first I was like, yeah, Jay-Z worked with Harvey Weinstein. They produced a Khalif Browder film together. I didn't realize that it was
back in like 2018. No?
Yeah, 2017. but I didn't realize that they were saying like, yo, in 1996 when Jay-Z put out his debut album that pretty much did nothing, that didn't like get him any merit, like unless like you were like into hip hop, you knew who Jay-Z was hanging out with Harvey Weinstein and going to Epstein's house.
Yeah, so like I guess the other thing too that people aren't looking into, but I see more people talking about it now when they're poking holes at it now, is this was like an anonymous call.
Yeah, right? This was an anonymous call. So it was a tip.
Yeah, and so they document things like that just because they have to.
Right. Because I'm even mentioning Pusha T, and then there's people like I believe it because this and that, like because people are basically saying that Jay-Z always has had the status that he has now. Then, and I think that's hilarious.
Yeah, Jay-Z didn't get. If this happened in like if they said, "Oh, this happened in '98," they'd be like, "Huh? I mean, well, Jay-Z did sell 5 million records that year." Like there would be more to stand on. There will be more.
They was better off saying that Jay-Z was in the room holding the camera when R. Kelly was peeing on that poor girl.
Yeah, or like, like back then, or like if they said, oh, around Kingdom Come, something.
I don't know.
That was his turn. You could, so to
speak. I don't know. Like and then my man Terrence Thornton got thrown in there, man. Pusha T. When he was in high school.
Who's a Grammy winner now, by the way.
As we record this, congratulations, Pusha T and Malice. Thank you, Malice, for helping your brother out. That's real big bro shit right there.
Yeah, solid. Came back into the fold, and y'all niggas got Grammys now,
Yeah, appreciate that.
Keep the family close.
Appreciate that, big dog. But yeah, let's get into this episode.
All right. Episode for today, we're getting into this rapper, this MC has been around since the early 2000s, man. It's crazy. When you brought up this album, I started reflecting even on that. Like, damn, when's the first time I heard this dude? And it was back in like 2005. Like,
yep,
insane. So like over 20 years in the game. Really, really great bodies of work that he's dropped over the years. This album in particular is his 5th studio album, and I'm talking about Maybach Music Group owner Ricky Rozay. Shout out to all the peers. Yeah, and we're getting into his 5th album today. God Forgives I Don't.
Yes.
It was released in July 2012 under Slip and Slide Records, Maybach Music Group. Let's see here what I got. Album was produced by several record producers, including Cool and Dre, Justice League, Pharrell, Jake One, Rico Love, amongst others. The album received generally positive reviews, debuted at #1 on Billboard's top albums, selling 218,000 copies in the first week. It was nominated for Best Rap Album at the 2013 Grammy Awards, but it lost out to Macklemore and Ryan Lewis's The Heist, which, if most people remember, that is also the album that won over Kendrick that year. So Rick Ross' God Forgives was also nominated that day. But God Forgives I Don't has like a kind of a weird legacy attached to it, because it's like people will remember it, but not really. Like you had some big songs on here, like Three Kings with Dr. Dre and Jay-Z. You had 16 with Andre 3000. You had Hold Me Back, So Sophisticated. There's some big ones. There's some big songs on here, but I think he has albums since then that have like kind of overshadowed this one,
Yeah. This album it's funny because Teflon Don, he had such like a run. So he had the Rich Forever, the Albert Anastasia mixtape, the Rich Forever mixtape, then Teflon Don, right? So like he was pretty much on fire, and labels was giving him anything that he wanted. And this album, I'll say, in my opinion, is probably his most cinematic, expensive, and ambitious. Where like I think that like he was supposed to, like, everything was supposed to like happen like how, like what happens in like movies where like you become like the bigger rap star and your empire really grows, and then you try to sign everybody. It kind of basically he kind of like Rockefeller the game. Where like, he had like his artists, he had Wale, he had Meek, he had Stolly, right? So he had and didn't he have Tidra Moses as well?
Tidra Moses, yeah.
Right. So he had like the label, and like it was really going like crazy. And then he had the Bel Air
Rozay,
right? Can't talk to that. So like, I really think that like he was really, really in his CEO bag, and he was making so many things happen. And I think that the reason why this album was too bloated. Like Teflon Don was like great because it was straight to the point. It was all of the best records that he had. Because as you remember, like he had 2 songs that came out before this, so You're a Boss and These Niggas Can't Hold Me Back.
Before this one?
Yeah, before this album. Those songs were
and
singles that were supposed to go on this album.
So You're a Boss with Nicki Minaj, and the other one was
Hold Me Back.
Nah, it was I Love My Bitches.
Oh man, I Love My Bitches.
Yeah,
Yes, you're right.
Produced by Just Blaze.
Right. So, and like they didn't ring off the way he anticipated. Like it didn't go. So he had to go back to the drawing board, and like we got the spot because it was delays. I remember that because like, I was anticipating it because I remember Teflon Don was so good. I started like arguing like, yo, is Rick Ross like the best rapper alive right now? Like, and like, he had a good argument.
Bro, yeah, that was 2010. Teflon Don came out, and it just came out at the perfect time for him.
Right.
Because 50 at the time was trying everything he could to
Kitchen sink,
get him out of here, to get Rick Ross out of here. He did everything that maybe it would work today, but back then, Ross just kept debunking it just with good music.
I love that Ross was able to
he just was coming out with good music, and then he would come out. That's when niggas was coming out with records straight to World Star Hip Hop.
Yeah,
just coming out. He would come out with World Star Hip Hop videos.
Yeah.
They would premiere his videos, and he would have videos that just lived on World Star and get millions of views on World Star. And he'd just do a freestyle that week. He just would, and not even address 50, coming off Deeper Than Rap into Teflon, like, and then calling it Teflon Don was just so in sync. Like it was perfect, and then he had the Albert Anastasia mixtape before that. So Ross was just on fire, man.
And he has a dope team around him too, as well. Like Shaheem Reed is somebody that's really close to him, right? Like as a close confidant, like somebody like that who helps with like a lot of things behind the scenes. Then you have Spliff TV. So that dude, like he's like a director. He's in like horror films and stuff like that. Yeah, he does all his videos. I actually got to like talk to him and like get to know him. So like, it's funny like when we hear Rick Ross talk, but like he really like pitches these ideas and his team like helps him like craft some of this shit. So it's actually really dope, the stuff that he was doing.
Yeah.
Cause like when I listen to this album, like I want to start doing something like trying to like do like album identity. Like, and like when I say that, like I'm like, yo, what's this album's identity? And I'm like, Marble Floors. International travel, mafia diners, champagne poured slowly. Like that's kind of like how I felt listening to this album, like what I think. Like I'm like, okay, like Teflon Don was the album that kind of like where he was aspiring to do it, but like God Forgives I Don't was an album that like these things were like happening like on a regular basis.
He did announce his it's funny that you say Champagne Pouring. He had said a while ago that his next album was going to be called Champagne Wishes. But I don't know if he's still working on that or if he changed his mind, but I always keep an ear out for Ross because I'm always interested to see what direction.
Because he can rap. Like I fuck with it.
He can rap. He picks amazing beats. He always has great collaborators. Like, so I'm always interested. So anyway, so getting into this album, it kicks off with Pray For Us.
Yes. So is very dramatic, biblical. It feels like the movie trailer instead of the album intro.
Yeah. Yes, it does. It does. It feels like that. This is opening credits for sure. I think with this song, it's super dark. It has a darker tone to it. One of the
John Singleton.
It says for writers. I don't know why it even is that for the.
I didn't even research. Now I want to find out if John Singleton had anything to do with this album.
Yeah. Interesting.
Which adds a deeper, darker criminal link.
Right.
Because of Snowfall. Yeah, I can't. And you want to know what? It's so fucked up because on the internet, when you search their names together, it gives you the original Rick Ross and John Singleton.
Yeah.
So yeah, all right. Well, we'll deep dive that later.
We'll come back to that. But one of the things, like speaking of darker, like one of the fun facts about this album was that Rick Ross called it his darkest album. He said that it was intentionally heavier and more introspective than Teflon Don, like because the album isn't just like some like tough talk reference. Like it reflects like the paranoia, and you know I've always been obsessed into looking at the paranoia that these rappers go through, right? Because a lot of them talk about it. You know, paranoia, betrayal, legal pressure, way to success. So on this album, you'll feel like he's rapping like he made it, of course, because that's what Ross does. But on this album, there's also the added layer of him not feeling safe yet.
Right. And or the end being near.
Yeah. So there's always that. But yeah, Pray for Us. Well, really Pirates. Pirates is really what kicks it off. You know, it's produced by Kino.
Okay.
Yeah.
Pirates kind of like is, you know, the dark haunted production, like Red said, kind of lets you know like, all right, this is where like things are going. Like he's aware that like, you know, it's not all glitz and glamour. Once you get to the top, is nothing good comes to you. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you just gotta prepare for the worst. You kind of become jaded by everything. So, you know.
You know what? So John Singleton was coming up because of that excerpt from Baby Boy that plays. That's
there
why.
we go. Thank you.
Yeah. Because come on, let's pray. Dear Lord, please forgive us. Right. You know, that
John Singleton wrote what's his name? Not Cuban. Those are Omar Gooding's monologue.
That's why. So we were talking about Pirates then. We were talking about Pirates on our breakdown. Our apologies. But yes, Pirates does give that cinematic feel. Coming off of Pray for Us, leading into Three Kings. Now, Three Kings features Dr. Dre rapping,
which is a flex.
And it's produced by Jake One.
Yeah, it's such a flex because you know that like basically Rick Ross sat there and was talking to Dre, and Dre was like, "Yo, do you just want me like just write the verse?" Like Ross probably explained everything that he like saying all these big words and shit, and Dre was just like, "Oh, you know what? I'll get in the booth. Just stop talking to me. Just write the verse for me so I can rap it."
Yeah, Dr. Dre's verse plays like a fucking ad for Beats headphones. Like that's all it is. You should hear this beat through my headphones. Like it is just, you know, and at that time Beats was insane. I think a couple years later is when, remember that video that Tyrese put up?
Yeah.
We talked about where he was like, he's a billionaire. Like, you know, he just partnered with Apple. He officially a billionaire.
I wonder if Tyrese like allowed around anymore. Like, or is that like they just like, yo, bro, you had a moment. I wonder.
It doesn't seem like he's allowed. It doesn't, because I think, I forget, one time he wrote under somebody's picture like, yo, I'm really trying to get this person's number. Hit me up. Tell them to hit me up. So I don't think he is.
Okay.
I really don't think he is.
Okay. And obviously Jay-Z's verse on this song is incredible. Like I enjoyed it. It's not one of my favorite Jay-Z and Ross collabs though.
Yeah,
it was cool.
I never really cared for this verse. I think it's such a throwaway, and I can respect that he's freestyling.
Yeah.
He is freestyling, especially toward the tail end of it.
Yeah. I feel like Ross and Khaled just talk motherfuckers to death, and then they end up wind up saying okay. Just like that's the gift of gab right there. Like I feel like when motherfuckers be around Khaled and Ross, like they kind of try to avoid them because they're like, this nigga gonna try to get me to do something.
Yeah. But the funny thing is, this song was supposed to just be Dre and Ross, and Jay-Z heard it afterwards and decided to get on it.
Nice.
Yeah. So that's how that came together. And then going from that flossy type feel into Ashamed I think was a good pairing. Because that's the next song that comes up.
Ross wanted this to be a radio record really bad.
Oh, yeah?
Yes.
Okay. I could see that, I guess, when I think about it.
Yeah.
It's produced by Kool and Dre. Really, really good sample. It's a Wilson Pickett sample. Yeah, man, this song is dope. I think it's one of those ones that, like, you know, you get to, it's introspective Rozay. I don't think he gives that side enough. And I think it goes under the radar sometimes when he does.
Yeah. I hate to do this, but it's just how my brain works. I think Wale got more out of Usher than Ross did, though.
You think what?
Wale with the Matrimony?
Mm-hmm.
He got more out of Usher than Ross did.
Oh, for
Yeah, I'm playing the Matrimony at my wedding.
Oh, yeah. So, well, Usher not on this project till later.
Wait a second. I'm sorry. Ashamed doesn't feature. Who does that feature? I'm bugging.
Ashamed is a solo Ross song.
It's a solo Ross. Yeah. Who the fuck is that singing?
Usher. That's the sample. That's the Wilson Pickett sample.
Okay, I'm sorry. Mm-hmm. My apologies.
But like he comes in. Usher is on Touching You.
There you go. I'm sorry. I got that mixed up. That's my bad. Yeah. That's my bad. And I got a funny Rico Love story.
What's that?
So when I used to club promote, Rico Love used to be in the clubs a lot. Mm-hmm. And he was cool with my boy EJ. So like he would come to the clubs and like he would always want his records to get played and shit like that. So like niggas would get annoyed. Like DJs would get annoyed because they'll be like, yo, like he was like, yo, I'm the nigga that wrote this for Usher. I'm the nigga that did this. Like he would give you his whole rundown.
Niggas don't know him for real.
Yeah. So then he'd be like, yo, I just want to like, see how the ladies feel. And it's like, yo, man, we trying to keep the party going. We're not trying to slow shit down and premiere no new shit. And like he would always just get mad and like just being there, and he'd be like, "Yo, I got money," and like you just hear him talking shit, being upset, and it's just like, "Yo, my man, like yo, like just enjoy it, nigga. Like we know you the nigga like that wrote these songs, but like unfortunately nobody wants to hear your new music right now.
Yeah,
like
so
nigga,
just sit back and just enjoy it.
Yeah, or like come to the club when it opens and play that shit.
Like you here in the first place because you did that. So just chill." That's hilarious.
Yeah, bro. he was always on some bullshit with that.
Damn. But yeah, Ashamed is great. But then we get into Maybach Music 4.
Yeah.
Featuring Neo. It's produced by Justice League. The Maybach Music series is a staple for Ross. Right?
Yeah, it is.
What did you think about this one?
It was cool. I think the bar was set so high with the first 3 that like afterwards I kind of like just like it just wasn't doing it for me no more.
Yeah, I feel you.
And I expect to hear another rapper on the song. Yeah,
this just had Neo, and then at the end you had L.A. Reid, I believe. Yeah, L.A. Reid is at the end of this one just talking shit.
Yeah, like that's what I'm saying. Like and that's fire because it's fucking L.A. Reid, but well, not now.
Yeah,
but back then it was. In 2012, it was fucking dope.
Yeah.
But yeah, like it's just one of those things where I'm just like, I just like the bar is just too high. Like the first Maybach Music is with fucking Jay-Z.
Mm-hmm.
After that, like you know what I'm saying, like it does.
Someone was Kanye, T-Pain, and Wayne.
Right. So it's just like one of those things where it's just like, and no, Drake's never been on the Maybach Music, right?
Nah.
No, right? No, he was on Aston Martin Music. I'm sorry. But yeah, like it kind of like the quality kind of like, started dwindling down.
Yeah, it's not at its highest caliber anymore.
Right. And I'll be honest with you, like I enjoy Neo, but I'm not the highest on Neo.
Yeah. I think he did okay on this though. He didn't do much.
Yeah.
But yeah, this was definitely scaled back a little. Not the best. But yeah, we get to this halfway point of the album, which is 16.
Yeah.
16 features Andre 3000, one half of Outkast, one of the best rap duos of all time. This is produced by Justice League. The song is 8 minutes and 18 seconds, and it is incredible.
Do you know that this song started out not even being when 16 ain't enough? Is like Rick Ross had an entirely different concept, and Andre 3000 heard the beat, and then he just sent it to Ross like that.
Mm-hmm.
Where he overrap. He was supposed to literally give him a 16, and that's what Andre started saying, that they changed the hook, everything. Like so, Andre was like, when 16 ain't enough, and like, cause he was like, you telling me to only give you 16 bars, and I really like this instrumental. So he just said what he had to say.
Yeah.
And then Ross let the label hear it, and they was like, "Yo, we gotta change this whole shit. You gotta change your verse on the song." And that's what happened.
Yeah. And labels wanted it to be shorter.
Yeah.
Yeah, they wanted it to be shorter, and he was like, "Nigga, I'm not cutting Andre 3000 verse."
Nigga,
and Andre was on such a creative high at the time because he did that Jimi Hendrix movie.
Do you ever see that movie?
Mm-hmm. I saw it I went to the movies to see that.
Me too.
Yeah.
I didn't know that about Jimmy.
Yeah. So I think he was on such a creative high, so he was learning the guitar at the time.
Right.
And shit, he gave this nigga Ross more than he's given any other feature, I think. He like with the rapping, with the hook, and the guitar at the end, the guitar solo. Like he really committed fully to this song.
Yeah.
It's a classic.
I know Jay-Z be pissed off anytime he hears Andre 3000 give somebody a verse.
Why?
Because he's been chasing the Andre 3000 verse for 20 years. Nah, on what album was that? On the Blueprint? Was it the Blueprint too? Papa Tags with Killer Mike and Big Boy.
Yeah,
he wanted Andre.
Oh, he wanted Outkast on there.
Yeah, he wanted Outkast, and Andre was like, I can't think of nothing. And every time Jay like reaches out, Andre says, "Yeah, I ain't got it
right now." Damn, Dre.
Yeah, that's why Killer Mike is on the song though. It was supposed to be Outkast.
Okay, that makes sense. I do like that song though. I do like how it turned out. But yeah, classic song. Andre is just so good at like putting you in a moment of weird.
Yo, he's weird. He's like that. He's like that friend that like used to be nice in basketball, but don't play no more, but go out and can still score 30.
Mm-hmm.
That's Andre.
But then you come off the court and you're like, yeah, nigga, you just put up 30. And he like, yeah, but when I hit that three, man, it could have been like he reflects on all the shit.
Yeah. He'll say something like that. Yo, I had 2 turnovers. Nigga, we outside in the street.
Yeah.
Ain't no
2 turnovers, bro. Like it could have. Nah, man, I'ma just.
Yeah, man, I ain't got it no more.
Yeah, I ain't got it. Like, nigga, what you talking about? You're amazing.
Yeah,
man. Classic song. Ross held his own too. You know,
he did,
but it wasn't a wash.
Yeah, it wasn't a wash, but like that's Andre 3000
right
there.
He's the highlight for sure. This was produced by Justice League, by the way, if I didn't say that. And then we lead into Amsterdam, which is, you know, it's moderate. It's
right. Cool. It's cool. It's a good filler in there.
By Cardiac.
Mm-hmm.
What are your other standouts on here? Because Hold Me Back is after that. How you feel about that one?
Hold Me Back is a quintessential song.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's fun. Like I think like a song like I'm like, damn. I guess because of the lyrics and like Rozay already got in trouble for You Ain't Even Know It. Mm-hmm. I'm like, Hold Me Back should have definitely got picked up by the NBA.
Oh yeah, Hold Me Back. Yeah. This sounds like
it could have got played for like an NFL. Like he just could have changed it. Like these boys can't hold me. Some.
I think he did change it like that for the video. I think
something like that. Like it's just like this song. Like it's definitely like a song for athletes to get hyped to.
Yeah, Hold Me Back was a standout, but it's so 2012.
It is
so 2012. It sounds just like it, but I do recognize the push that it could have had for sure, and I think it was a World Star exclusive song at the time. 9/11.
Well, Gunplay. I love Gunplay. I love Gunplay and Rick Ross together.
Mm-hmm.
I always wanted more for Gunplay, but I just don't know if Gunplay wanted more for himself. But I love Gunplay, bro. You can't tell me shit about Gunplay.
Same. He raps really well. It's scary.
He has an awesome fucking rap name.
Yeah.
Gunplay. Like what?
Gunplay is great.
Yeah, bro.
So Sophisticated.
Low point for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like So Sophisticated, but at the time,
I just don't believe Meek.
Even back then?
When I hear certain shit, like, no, like I'm like, yo, Meek is learning about luck. I guess it's certain things when I hear it, I'm just like, I don't think Meek knows shit about luxury.
I think he was just on fire at this time. So it's believable, you know? Like, I think this was 2012. This was golden Meek era. So like,
Meek was unstoppable at this time.
At that time,
anything Meek did.
Meek paired with Ross just made so much sense, you know?
True.
So this was one of those, but you know, I'll give you this. Is it on the list of like their best work together?
Not for me.
It's not.
No.
It's not. So I'll give you that. Presidential follows this and it features Elijah Blake, who everybody was kind of using for hooks around this time frame. And it's produced by Pharrell.
That album, a low point. Once I get to this point, the album starts feeling too long for me.
Yeah. I get that too.
I start getting fatigued.
because after that it's Ice Cold, and that features Omarion. But I like this one. You remember the viral video?
Of course I do. When he ran out on the stage,
that nigga ran out so fast, like, nigga, this my moment.
Like, yeah, he was so excited.
Maybach O.
Yeah.
Maybach O.
And they just mishandled that. I think Ross just didn't respect Omarion.
I think so too, because he dissed him after that.
Yeah. And I don't think that was right.
Yeah. I think Omarion he hasn't had a good startup with labels and shit. Like, people will see that he's a star and they try to give him that moment and it don't work out. Like, remember he was signed to Young Money at one point.
You're right.
He was signed to Young Money very briefly and it didn't work out. Then he signed to Maybach Music, didn't work out. They had that whole conference and everything. And it didn't work out. But anyway, I like Ice Cold. Touching You features Usher. That follows right after that. That one I'm like,
Agreed.
Yeah. That one I ain't really like that much. But after that is Dice Pineapples.
I just don't understand why was this song buried on the album?
Yeah.
What the fuck, Rick Ross?
Yeah, this song was buried. Originally, Drake wasn't even on this song.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And then he got added later. And I wonder, was that a problem for Wale?
Yeah, because because nigga Wale gave that spoken word in the beginning.
Yeah.
He really contributed a lot to this song.
Yeah, I that's what I'm saying. Like, I wonder, like I would feel away.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I do all this, and then, like, you know, and then I'm trying to carve out a lane for myself in that being like the ladies' man kind of rapper guy, and then the fucking poster child. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, it was just, you know, because it would have just been a vibe, and it would have been a great record. Wale and Ross create great records together, but the feature of Drake definitely elevated it, and this was Take Care era Drake. So
I'd have been pissed.
Yeah,
I'd have been livid.
Yeah,
I'd have definitely threw a fit.
And then we close out with 10 Jesus Pieces featuring your boy Stally. It's produced by Justice League.
And that's another thing where I feel like, why was this song buried? And I actually really like this song with Stally.
I feel that way, but also I feel like the song ending off the album kind of works.
It did. I just think like the placement for this album, the A&R for this album wasn't, the order of the album just didn't make sense to me. And I think that this album only needed to be 11 songs.
I guess because of Teflon Don. Teflon Don worked so well.
He just did a really, really, really good job with that album. So that was like my problem. Like, so I wrote down like my pros and cons. So my cons for the album were the production, incredible. That's something that Ross never has a problem with, right? The features were incredible. So you got Jay-Z, you got Dr. Dre, you got Andre 3000, right? Like, those features, top of the mountaintop. It was cinematic. It was cohesive. Because all the songs fit the theme of the album. I just think it was too much, right? And then you know, there's like defining moments on the project, but like the problem is that the album's too long. The filler on the second half just didn't work, and compared to Teflon Don, this album didn't really have like a lot of like radio records, and that's kind of what I got used to from Ross, and that was kind of my problem.
Yeah, okay, I get that. I think I don't think that's what he was going for. I do think that with this album, he wanted to get more cinematic, and it has a darker tone, and I think that's for a reason, right?
Okay.
Because, you know, you start off with a quote from Baby Boy, leading into something like Pirates and Three Kings and all of that shit. Like, the musicality is there. It's just, there's no light tone in this album when you look at it, actually.
Right.
I'm looking at it now, and it's like, all of this shit, even though you got like a song with Omarion, but it's not like the tone of it is just still not light, you know? It's interesting. So it's interesting that he turned this way, but the way that Justice League crafted this was supposed to be as cinematic as it was. You know, I think this was, at this point, he kind of made a left because, you know, Teflon Don gave him the most attention that he had gotten as a rapper.
And deservedly so.
Mm-hmm. Because, you know, in Teflon, around that time, I guess you could say, shit, Diddy was kind of Diddy was in the field around this time.
Puff was trying to manage him.
He was trying to manage him. He was trying to manage him and Nicki.
And Nicki curved him, and Ross kind of like let him down nicely.
Mm-hmm. So like around that time, you know, people could say what they want about Diddy and, you know, the state of how Diddy is now. But like at that time, if Diddy's name was attached to something musically, eyes were on you, you know? So he already had those eyes with him from coming off of Teflon Don, and he just put it on this. And this was a successful album. You sold 218,000 copies out of the gate first week, you know? I think that was big.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't think this was the direction that he should have went coming off of Teflon Don.
I agree. Like I was just like, yeah, I think it was kind of like a misstep, and I think and maybe that was just the place he was in. Maybe some things happened in his life that just caused him to kind of like go a darker tone, and that's just kind of what he rolled with.
Because as we noted, you know, the paranoia, everything like that, like all of that takes its toll, especially coming off of the high success of his biggest album.
Right.
So going into this, that makes sense. Absolutely. I think, you ready to get the ratings?
Sure.
Yeah, go for it.
3 out of 5 waffles for this album. 3.5 waffles out of 5 waffles for this album.
Okay.
Yeah, like it's a good Ross album. Like it doesn't suck by any means. And like I said, it's hard to judge Ross because like his ear for production is so good.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm always like, yo, like this dude picked some of the best beats that I could think of. Like he has a cinematic ear. He should probably score movies.
Yeah.
But some of the subject matter, some of the song features, I just wasn't impressed with.
I get that. And I can give it a 3 out of 5 for that, because I mean, even just looking at his discography now, after God Forgives I Don't came Mastermind, and Mastermind hits that medium that I was looking for. Like if Mastermind came after Teflon Don,
it might have had a better tone. I agree.
Exactly. Because he, you know, he got a song on there with Keith Sweat. He got other shit on there with Meek and with Wale, and he got a song on there with Wayne. Like, so like he really found that perfect balance of like the darker tone and also the commercial aspect of things that I think was missing from this. But God Forgives is not a dud, but you know, a 3 out of 5 is respectable.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we hope that you enjoyed this as much as we did. We just, you know, broke down Rick Ross's album, his 5th album, God Forgives I Don't. Let us know your thoughts in the comments, and we'll catch you guys next time.
I'm First Class Reg.
And I'm Taurian B.
And we're out of here.
Next time, guys. Dun dun.